So I am going to dive in right now on some of my thoughts and ideas about confidence and relationships. Talked about being a behind the scenes person, not wanting to really be out there, and so part of my own protection, my own shell, was to develop relationships that really protected that for me. um, so relationships for me, I'm going to go back that when my confidence was not very high, when I had low self-confidence, I really developed relationships that would protect that, relationships with people around me that would protect that. So if that's you, if you notice that when you feel a little insecure, you tend to have relationships around you that either protect that insecurity around you. So either that person is someone who will do things that you don't have to do, will go out there, or just really be that support for you to say, you know what, you don't have to do this, or you don't have to do that. It's okay. You're great in other ways. And, sometimes that's great. And you can stay in that. And that's comforting and that's loving. And it feels really great until it doesn't work for you that way anymore. So for me, when I started recognizing that there were people around me and relationships around me that made me feel powerful, but I was still hiding, because I can be in this little shell, in this little circle of my little influence, and I didn't have to step outside of that at all. And so sometimes you have to really be careful about what you're feeling about yourself, how you are relating to yourself, and how your confidence within yourself is, because you surround yourself with that. And you tend to build that wall around you until you're ready to break down that wall. And then the work begins. So sometimes we have relationships that destroy our confidence. And we have to also be careful about that. And when we're talking about relationships, I know when Angelica comes on, we're going to talk about, like interpersonal relationships, romance, that type of relationship. But I'm talking about relationships in general. I am talking about having people around you that destroy your confidence. You have to be very aware of those voices that are telling you things that are damaging your confidence. And they could be well-meaning. They can be someone who says they love you, a parent, a sibling, whoever. But you have to be careful to develop your own self-confidence and not rely on other people building your confidence up, because they can easily tear it down. Because if you rely on even a boyfriend or a spouse or a girlfriend to always build up that confidence in you, make you feel good about yourself, and it's not coming from a place inside of you, then one word from them that's negative can totally crush you. And you don't want to live on that roller coaster. You don't want to be on that ride. You don't want to rely solely on somebody else having that much impact in whether or not you can get out of bed, or whether or not you can go after your dreams, or whether or not you should just stop doing what it is you love to do. So that is the danger of not being loving to yourself, building up your own self-esteem, building up your own confidence, and relying on other people around you to do that for you. So it's very important as you deal in relationships that the first relationship that you build your confidence in is in yourself, with yourself. Build that confidence with yourself. See what areas that you're not really playing full out. See what areas you're not stepping up into. See which areas that you would like to step up into, but you don't know whether you can, because those are areas that you can work on and you can build off of that. If you feel like you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough, or any of those not enough type of conversations that you're having with yourself, you need to stop and examine whose voice you're hearing, because it's not your own voice. I was reading a quote from Ian Van Zandt, and she was saying, I hope I get this quote right, but she was saying that criticizing yourself, in essence, this isn't the quote, but in essence, she was saying criticizing yourself is really violence against yourself. That is the most destructive thing against yourself, is to be self-critical. And so it's really important to build the relationship, build your confidence with yourself before you can build that relationship with someone else, and have confidence in yourself and confidence in the relationship, because now you are not the person that has to build someone up every minute, and they are not doing the same thing for you. Sometimes when we have those kind of codependent relationships, we mistake it for love, but it's codependency, because the minute that person leaves your life or that person goes somewhere else, you are completely devastated and you feel like you can't go on anymore. Build your own confidence in yourself so that relationships don't become a threat to your own happiness and your own and your own self-worth. Okay, so that's my little 2 cents. That's my 2 cents about confidence and relationships. I have 1 more cent to give you. 1 more cent to add, and that is the drama triangle. The drama triangle, to avoid the drama triangle in relationships, because the drama triangle says that there is one person who's a perpetrator, one person is a victim, and the other person is a rescuer. And at any point in time, you can be on either end of that drama triangle. So if you're in a relationship that you are either always the victim, or you're the perpetrator that needs, or the rescuer, or always need rescuing, you have to examine what your role in that relationship is, and if you need to be there. Because I found that in my adult life, I found myself to be a rescuer a lot of times. A lot of times in those relationships, I found that I was the rescuer. People were always coming to me with their problems and their sob stories to rescue them. At least I felt I had to rescue them. And the minute I decided to get off the drama triangle, people stopped coming to me to be rescued, because I needed a victim to rescue. I was attracting that into my life. I needed a victim to be a rescuer. So just because you're a rescuer doesn't mean that you're a saint, right? Just because you're a rescuer, you are still on that drama triangle. You are still allowing that to continue, allowing that force to continue. And the minute you step off that drama triangle, you can make a different decision, and you can support someone without having to be a rescuer, and they know where you stand. So that's also confidence in relationships, because you want to be confident enough to say, well, I don't need to rescue you. I am not your source. So, I can be supportive, I can love you through it, but I'm not here to rescue you. And so that's my 2 cents now. Hi, Alicia Curry here. If you enjoyed that episode of the Audacious Confidence Show, check out more on this channel. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with your friends. And if you hit that notification button, you won't miss a single episode.